I told my husband I couldn't picture a future with him, and in that moment, he didn't yell, beg, or even cry. He just stepped out of mine, like a shadow slipping off the wall. I'm Elena, 31. When I met Noah, I thought I'd finally found safety. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't dramatic, he was steady. He brewed my coffee before I even woke up, folded laundry without being asked, saved funny videos to show me during lunch breaks. He didn't overwhelm a room, he made it softer, calmer. People used to say we looked solid together, like a couple who had it figured out. I smiled when they said that. But inside, I felt a quiet panic I couldn't explain. It wasn't about him being bad. It was about me not knowing what I wanted. The idea of forever, of marriage, of kids, of mortgages, felt like a door closing, one I wasn't sure I'd ever want to open again. I kept 2 secret lists in my phone. One was reasons to stay, kindness, stability, love. The other was reasons I'm scared, feeling trapped, waking up one day realizing I'd lost myself, the fear of repeating my mother's silence. For months, I avoided the truth. I told myself it would pass, that love meant staying even when your chest tightened. But then came that night, the one where everything finally slipped out. The house smelled like garlic and rain. He had just made pasta. The TV hummed in the background with some show about a couple buying their first house. Noah looked at me with those familiar soft eyes, sliding the plate across the table like he always did, offering me the last bite. That's when panic grabbed me. Suddenly I could see it all laid out. Houses, babies, years blurring together until nothing surprised me anymore. And before I could stop myself, I said it. I can't see us, not 5 years from now, not 10. I can't picture a future with you. The words hung there, heavy, permanent. He didn't argue, didn't ask questions. He just nodded, stood up, kissed the top of my head like a goodbye I didn't deserve, and walked to the bedroom. I listened to the sound of the zipper on his duffel bag, quiet but final. He packed neatly, gently, like a man who wasn't angry, just done. "I'll send you my new address," he said at the door. His voice was steady, not broken. "I'll take my name off the bills this week. You can keep the couch." He paused, looked at me one last time. "I loved you, Elle. I love you enough now not to stay where I'm not wanted." And then he was gone. I didn't chase him. My body wouldn't move. The days after were mechanical. His name disappeared from bills, from group chats, from social media. Even in leaving, he was kind. He packed my things in a box labeled, "Keep, decide later." He unfollowed me quietly, without blocking, without bitterness. It was like being erased with care. I thought the house would feel angry, haunted. Instead, it just felt empty. His coffee maker still clicked on at 6:45. His favorite mug sat in the sink. I tried going on dates, tried distracting myself with strangers who laughed too loud or spoke in words that meant nothing. But every night, the silence pressed in, reminding me what I'd given up. One afternoon, I saw him on the street, blue jacket, hands in pockets, smiling at someone with his whole face, the way he used to smile at me. He didn't notice me across the road, and I realized the ache wasn't just about losing him. It was about losing the version of myself who had once been brave enough to accept that kind of love. Here's the truth people don't tell you. Honesty spoken too late is its own cruelty. I could have told him earlier that I was scared, that I needed to move slower, that I loved him, but didn't trust myself. Instead, I dropped one sentence like a wrecking ball and called it clarity. Weeks later, I opened the box he'd left me. Inside were movie tickets, a birthday card, a photo strip where we laughed so hard my hair stuck out everywhere. At the bottom, his spare key taped to a sticky note with the Wi-Fi password. I cried then, not because he was gone, but because he had loved me with such thoughtfulness, even to the end. I wrote him a letter I never sent. "You weren't the absence of a future. You were the presence of a present I was too afraid to hold. Now, I try not to imagine the future as a picture-perfect photo. I think of it like weather. Some days cloudy, some days clear, always changing. I bought a plant I'll probably kill with too much water. I plug the coffee maker back in, not to honor him, but because I like the smell. Do I regret it? Of course. But regret doesn't change the fact that sometimes leaving is the only way someone teaches you what staying could have meant. He erased me completely. And maybe that's what I needed, to feel the sting of vanishing so I could finally learn how to see myself again.